Hi there, Mark here again. Welcome to my video about the Tamiya cockpit set. If you can see here, this is a hop-up set that is 1/10 scale RC rally car cockpit set. It should fit most 1/10 scale bodies. I think there's going to be some spaces in here that we can look at for fitting slightly different size bodies, but we'll open it up in a sec. I want to fit this into my Lancia Delta Integrale. At the moment you can see through inside, through the windows, and it kind of spoils the scale look really, because you can see inside, well hopefully you can see there, all the parts of the car, the wires, cables, so on, and it kind of spoils the scale look. So this is only about £15, so it's not bad really. Let's have a look inside. So there's the actual cockpit itself, very thin plastic, but lightweight, so that's good. I need to trim all this off the side. It's white plastic, which is a bit of a shame because most interiors are black, so first thing I'm going to do is spray the whole thing black, but I will mask off around the drivers, just because I'm going to actually do those with white racing suits, so I don't want to have to paint over the white. So yeah, I'll start masking that off in a bit. We get a little instruction set, shows where all the parts go. There's only a few bits to put together. You've got the helmets, the gear knob and steering wheel, and there how to put the spaces on the side if your body is slightly wider than this cockpit kit. Now it does show on the instructions, luckily for me, the Lancia Delta, so I'm hoping it's going to fit straight in without those spacers. Let's have a look. So there's the spacers themselves. I think those are the screws for the helmets, and some double-sided tape there for attaching it to the side of the body. Oh, nice little touch, we've got some cockpit stickers. So we've got a little dashboard and some instruments, just to make it a little bit more realistic. I think that's all that's in there. Yep. And we've got the driver's helmets and the gear knob and the steering wheel. They're a little bit old-fashioned looking, but I suppose the main thing is really there's not that much detail on it, but it's just to add to that bit of realism. You're not going to be looking directly through the windows from really close up most of the time, so it should just give the impression of a proper car interior. So the first thing I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to mask off the drivers and I'm going to spray it black. See you in a bit. So as you can see, it's all sprayed black now. I've cheated a little bit again. I've painted the bodies, or the top half of the figures, white, and I'm going to have the seat belts yellow. I've decided, so I've put a bit of yellow on there. But as you can see, it looks a bit more like a cockpit now. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit more detail onto this, put some stickers on, fit the steering wheel and the gear knob. And what I've done is I've fixed the drivers' heads together, just from the two halves. As you can see, where the screw hole goes at the back, I've just put a bit of filler in there just to finish that off. What I'm going to do now is just going to mask over the face, and I'm going to spray both of these white, since it's for my Lancia Delta, which is a white car. Got some stickers that will go on the helmets, so yeah, I'll just get on with spraying those. Okay, so the helmets are now sprayed. As you can see, nice and shiny. I did rub off the join lines where the helmet half joined with a bit of abrasive paper, smooth those off. So I'm going to get some Tamiya flesh coloured paint and just do the faces in a minute. I'll do that in a bit. As you can see, I've done a bit of detailing on the driver figure at the moment. I don't know if you can see the difference between the two in this light, but I've kind of put a bit of a wash on the driver. I think the white looks a bit too bright. It doesn't look quite authentic. So what I've done, I've got a bit of acrylic paint, put in a pot, a bit of water. And what I'm going to do is just get a small brush and just water it right down, and then I'm going to use that to add a bit of shadow to the other figure. If you can see that. Looks a bit dark at the moment, but I'm going to wash it all out in a bit. So it looks a little bit too much, but what I can do is get cotton bud, bit of water on it, and start removing some of that dark paint. And when it dries, it should give us a bit more of a realistic effect on the suit. Okay, another little tip that I do is to use, like I've got a DVD marker pen here, it's quite a fine point on this. I've got a Sharpie, permanent markers. These are really good for adding little bits of detail. You can see on the driver figure I've gone round the harness and I've done all those details with this pen. So I don't know if you can see, but basically I can just carefully put some detail with the pen. So I hope you can see there that the marker pen does make quite a little bit of difference. If you can see the detail around the cuffs, around the fingers, yeah, I think it all adds to the overall look and realism. So there's a bit of weathering on there and a bit of detail. What I'll do now is I'll get these stickers that I got with the Lancia Delta, see them over there, and I'm going to add these to the cockpit. So there's the finished cockpit. I've mounted the helmets on, they're just two screws from underneath, and put the decals on the helmets and onto the cockpit itself. You can see the decals there for the instruments. They came with the cockpit kit, and some of these are from the Lancia kit. Yeah, I'm quite pleased the way it's turned out. It's a bit tricky painting the black detailing on the helmets, but yeah, doesn't look too bad. Quite pleased with that. I've already got over here one that I did for my Subaru. So there's the different liveries you can do to match your cars. Yeah, I think for about £15 it's a really good addition to your rally shell. Cuts out all the wires and everything you can see normally through the windows, and yeah, it's a nice addition to your Tamiya rally car. So I'll finish off showing you with it installed in the Lancia shell, and just say thanks for watching. Hope to catch you on the next one.